Hello again, everyone. It's Al Nigrin, Executive Director and Curator of the New Jersey Film Festival, back with the last of our filmmaker interviews. The New Jersey Film Festival will be taking place January 26th through March 2nd on select Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 7 p.m. Each evening will have a short film or a series of short films followed by a feature. There'll be lots of filmmakers, actors, production people at the screenings that you can interact with, and there'll be free food courtesy of Jimmy John's at each one of our screenings. Tonight, we have this wonderful film director who made a wonderful live-action animation film called Alpha Fish, and his name is Roger Ahn. Please welcome Roger. Hi, Roger.
Hi, Al. How's it going?
Everything is going well. So tell us, how did you get involved in making this film?
Well, I raised goldfish when I was a kid, and I think that they have a lot more personality than the people give them credit for. And you kind of sit there, you're looking at your goldfish for a long while, and you can get into their heads and wonder, hey, they're really excited to see you in the morning. So I kind of projected that and thought about what kind of short could I make with a 3D character, which is where I'm trained in as a 3D animator, that could be done from home on 2 home computers. Right. So characters that have hair are very difficult, and I said, what's a character without hair that's an animal that has a lot of personality? And I went for the goldfish.
But it's a talking goldfish.
Exactly.
That's the great thing. And he has a personality.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you base him on anyone in real life, or?
Gosh, I could get really psychological here. It's interesting. I kind of my background in theater and community theater was about taking narratives that were departure points from autobiography. So I'm 36 now, but back in my early 20s and mid-20s, it was definitely, it was tough, commuting from New Jersey to New York and socializing and things like that. Yeah. And the character of Rodrigo was formed from some kind of like repressed kind of, macho feelings and such. So I would say that I kind of, almost split up the characters with kind of the goldfish as the id, my character as the ego, and the marine biologist who comes later as kind of a super ego.
Yeah. So let's back up and tell the audience the film is basically a kind of quasi-triangle film where Rodrigo is the goldfish, you are his owner.
Exactly.
And you now have a date with this marine biologist, or you're dating this marine biologist, and he has the hots for her.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, tell us a little bit more about the film. And, well, we don't want to give away what happens.
Right.
Tell us about the actors besides yourself, the gal that plays the marine
Amber
biologist.
Dickerson. She's a veteran children's theater actress. She leads Pinkalicious, the musical, and I would say that she really was amazing, in this role, because I wanted someone that could play an intelligent character that had a lot of charisma and that the goldfish would feel drawn to. And you had this goldfish that was very macho and such, and very suave. Yeah. And he was played by Lou Mann, who I felt extremely fortunate to find, because I think that all the appeal of the short comes from his voice performance. And when I was trying to cast a goldfish, I thought, well, what would I say in a description? And I said, I want to find someone who sounds like Antonio Banderas and the Dos Equis most interesting man in the world. Yeah. And I think he nailed it.
He definitely did. He definitely did. Tell us about the animation process, which is really amazing, because you're able to put real people in, and it looks just like Star Wars or anything else that you see these days with 3D animation.
Well, animation is definitely a really laborious process. Let me tell you, I spent about 9 years working on this goldfish, and working on my free time on 2 home computers, I spent about 4 years sculpting the goldfish and building a skeletal system so that he can move. So the best example I could give is when you see claymation movies like Nightmare Before Christmas. Every expression needs to be sculpted, every facial expression you need to make. So I had to do that all on the computer.
Wow. How many expressions did you capture?
Oh gosh, I needed about 60 different goldfish heads, which are called blend shapes. So
that's terrific. That's terrific. What has the response been to your film so far? I mean, We know we're premiering the film here.
You guys are, yeah.
Have you been able to show it elsewhere yet?
Well, we've got a couple of film festivals coming up in New York City, one in Portugal, actually.
Wow.
And a traveling one called the Kids First Film Festival. So that'll all be coming later in the year and such. So I'm really happy about that, I spent a long time working on this, and it's really nice to get a little
You can see that there was a lot of love put into your film as
thank
well.
you.
And it's a sweet film, too. So, folks, Roger's film is actually the opening film on Friday, February 9th, which will be playing with two other films that have fish themes or water themes. The feature film that evening is called Bluefin by John Hopkins. It's a film produced by the National Film Board of Canada, which focuses on the revitalization of the bluefin tuna, which is an endangered species. So my job as the curator is to try to find a home for films and put them together, and I think your program is very fishy.
It's Fish Night.
Very fishy. Fish Night is right. So Friday, February 9th at 7 p.m. in our state-of-the-art facility, Voorhees Hall, room 105, and Roger will be there to take questions from the audience. And the program begins promptly at 7 p.m. You need more information, go to our website, njfilmfest.com, and click on where it says schedule. And thanks so much for coming,
you,
Roger.
Al.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
My name is Rodrigo Caracius, and I am the alpha fish of this pond. I have slain my rivals in single combat, mated with the finest females, and fathered thousands of fry. Alas, I come from humble beginnings. This is my story.